Good morning, everybody. This is Michael DeGioia with the Affinity Legends of Wall Street Trading Room. I don't know about you guys, but I had a phenomenal trading week, so I am going to be taking it real easy. Okay, and that's pretty much my game plan, is to take it really easy. One more thing, I just got to do one thing before I get started. I want you guys to look at the chart that I have on the screen, and then I'm going to put on the chart that we have on the screen, okay? And I'm going to zoom in real close. See that red bar down, that green bar down? I think today we sell off like the dickens. I'm going to be really careful, and I'll be packing it in fast with one minor exception, okay? I just got to do one quick thing I forgot to do. It's amazing. I always start. We have a red bar, a green bar, which is a 1, 2, 3 continuation down. Okay, the market's already gapping down, so we're already down to 104 spot 32. Okay, which is like halfway through that bar. We closed at 104 spot 91, so we're already down to 32, which is here. Now, what I would expect, okay, is if we're going to zoom in to this bar, the way this bar would probably work. And guys, have you been amazed at how accurate some of these market patterns have been? I mean, we have been on fire calling this since the whole correction started, even before the correction started. So guys, what I want you to see is that the market is already, it's gapping down into the prior day's range. And it's a little bit over-gapped the market, so I'm going to delete that one. So probably what will happen is we get a little mini fade and then a drop, okay? And usually what happens is if the drop is really steep, you might get some short covering at the end, and I'm putting it outside the bar just in case that happens, okay? So I would expect the initial move to be a jerk up and then a secondary move down, okay? Is everybody clear on that? All right, so let's get on with today and what we think is going to happen today and what stocks. Guys, anybody have any stocks that you want me to take a look at? I see Chad put in a couple. Okay, let's go through some of Chad's stocks first. We have MFRM. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to give you this demo, Larry, so you can play around and start learning the software. Okay, this is Mattress Firm Holdings. Maybe they own Sleepy's, who knows. All right, so this one's gapping down. This looks like a good gap and go down. This is relatively weak, so we're going to put the MFRM on the list. MFRM. Maybe a gap and go down. Next one of my favorite stocks, ZUMZ. That, guys, beautiful chart on ZUMG. It's already down to $17. Wish I would have shorted it already or been shorted. Beautiful downtrend. ZUMZ. Gap and go down. Okay, the next one is FNSR. FNSR. Another gap and go down. Beautiful charts, by the way, Chad. Okay, those are all good gap and go downs, guys. Let's keep an eye on them once the market opens. Guys, there is a way to play all of them. What can you do on all of them? Take 100 shares of each. Put a stop on them. See if they continue down. Risk something arbitrary like $50 each one. That's one way that you can play all of them. Maybe even take them in the pre-market with a $50 stop, right? So this, if it's at $12.73, you put the stop at $13.50. You know, that would be your risk amount on 100 shares. Or do 50 shares, right? Because now we're able to do odd lots. All right, let's do the next one. Marty wants us to look on MRO, one of my old favorites. Marathon Oil. Okay, kind of gapping onto support, isn't it? So I think that one might wash down to 1440 and then rebound. These oils have been looking like they are ripe for double bottoms, some of them. So I would look on MRO, I would be looking MRO, okay, wash out down to 1440, 1425 rather, 14 spot 25. Okay, so it's got a 50-cent washout. So 50 cents to downside, and then 50 cents to 50 cents to the downside, and then, you know, watch for double bottom. Watch for 2B, 2XB. Okay, let's take a look at GILD, Gilead. GILD. Okay, guys, Gilead is a beautiful short. This is called a bear gap surprise. Gilead is a bear gap surprise. Nice one, Mike S. How's your brother making out with those standard account paperwork? Okay, EFOI, Energy Focus Inc. down to 1740. Guys, I think this one is I don't know what happened with EFOI, but there's definitely some bad news there. This one's kind of climactic. I would watch for EFOI, EFOI. Look at this, look at the chart on this one, guys. Look at the climactic drop on EFOI. Okay, very climactic. EFOI, watch for CBS, climactic buy setup. Next one, MRVL, MRVL. And by the way, Larry, nice contribution. Mike S, nice contribution. Chad and Marty, all great contributions. Oh my God, Marvel Technologies. I mean, this looks like a massive break on Marvel Technologies. Guys, look at this break on Marvel Technologies. I don't know. I think they're going down to like, I think they broke, you know, I think 750 is the next number on this. All right, I got a couple of other stocks, but I just think the market's going to probably sell off today. I'm going to be watching for a quick rally and then possible drop down. One more thing. The market just opened. There was a stock that I mentioned, VVUS. Kenny made fun of me about it, but the stock is in play. VVUS gapping up today, guys. This stock has totally come back into play for whatever reason. Why are you looking at Vivus? Okay, you know, more guys than anything. It's not so much the fact that you guys are, it's the fact that you're contributing that I'm happy about. By the way, guys, if anybody did take my Vivus yesterday, okay, this is about where you want to take profit. Okay, great swing trade on Vivus. It was a multi time frame crossover. All right, let's take a look at the markets. You guys know that those of you that have been trading with me know that this is usually I'm watching for a 5-minute low break. Okay, if it breaks the 5-minute high, then I'm going to watch for it to retest or at least fade 50% of the gap. Guys, Facebook a beast. Facebook gapped down and has already faded most of the gap. Now, I would be very cautious on Facebook to the long side only because it's got a double top on the daily. It's got a double top, but it did close at the double top. If it breaks the daily high, this thing could be off to the races. It could be up to $96 again. This stock has been so much more bullish than the rest of the market. Let's see, MRO. Guys, MRO. Guys, FNSR. You need to have a stop on that, Irwin. The stop should be above like 1310. Good morning, Federico. I'm glad you got here on time. So guys, two stocks that look decent is MRO, possible break to the downside. Let's see if it breaks the 5-minute low. Guys, Apple's breaking the 5-minute low. Yep, Apple rejected the 5-minute low break, breaking the 5-minute high. Apple might be a rippage, guys. Yep, MRVL. Possible gap fade, right? MRVL. Guys, MRVL is a 5-minute high break. Okay, this is a stock that's gapped down massively and it might be ready to make a run. MFRM. Guys, MFRM already made a Mattress Firm Holdings, broke the 5-minute low. Watch for continuation on Mattress Firm Holdings. But you know, guys, mattresses have a tendency to bounce. Hey, Emery, how are you? Good to see you here in the morning. Guys, Apple making a run for the money. It did a dip and rip, very similar to Facebook. Well, Facebook ripped and then dipped. Not similar to Facebook, exact opposite. Guys, watch Marvel for a pullback here. This might be a good entry on Marvel. See how it made that run? Now it's pulling back. This might be a good entry if it triggers on the 1 minute. I'm going to sit here and watch this one. Let's see that ZUMZ. Guys, ZUMZ might be a decent one too. Something to keep an eye on in case it breaks down. Keep an eye on it. Marvel, I'm going to take a nibble here. I just bought some Marvel. I'm not going to be super aggressive. I just wanted to get back to like $9. That's 30 cents. And I have a fairly small position size. All right, guys, so far the market's doing what I thought it would do, which was rally up before it goes down. I think that at some point it's going to hit into some resistance here. So I favor the long side on the morning because we've gapped down against a green bar. MRVL not really working yet. Starting to work now. It's got to break above those moving averages to really be a trigger. It's a little bit early in my entry because it never broke above a prior bar's high. There it goes. There's the break above the prior bar's high. So I'm glad I was a little early. That's a long net. The stop would be below 860, so it'd be 859 stop. It really hasn't triggered yet, Nat, though. I mean, the trigger really would be above a prior bar's high, and on the 5 minute, it's kind of a sloppy pattern because of that. So, you could take this or not. JDST. JDST, guys. Gold bear. Breaking out again. Guys, watch Facebook for a short. Guys, Marvel's right near the stop, so if you didn't take it, I would cancel it. I wouldn't take it. Facebook moving higher, so certainly don't short it. Let's see, Irwin. Hey, Facebook good. Right? Actually, somehow, Irwin, you did get a good short price. Stop on Facebook would be above the high, which is $92.02. Yeah, Marvel's invalid. I got in a little early. I got stopped out. So, not a good one on Marvel. Glad I only took a small marker lot. The one that I should have taken was the ZUMZ. Worked great. Look at ZUMZ. ZUMZ working great, guys. I got stopped on the Marvel. Facebook short working. Guys, look at the Facebook short. Okay, guys, that was an N-shaped pattern. There's the curl. There's the drop. There's the chop. There's the secondary drop. I'm going to cover some to kind of offset the loss on my Marvel.
Say, as we were talking about yesterday, I have no allegiance to any call that I've ever made. First trade I did today, short GMCR. Ask me why. Oh, I'll ask you. I'll ask myself, why did I short GMCR? Oh, because it went negative. Oh, day's over. Have a nice day. There you go. Another stock. Thought maybe this thing would have some more momentum today, but you know what? I love being wrong, but yet being right. These are my favorite trades. I'm sitting here looking to buy GMCR at 61.50. If it broke, next thing you know, it's going negative. I'm shorting it in the same breath. And look at that, down 1%. Come on, 400 shares from 60.89 to 60.50. Obviously, I covered it. Now it's still tanking, but never, ever.
Guys, FNSR is breaking the 5-minute low right now. FNSR, guys, another one that we mentioned this morning, breaking the 5-minute low right now. You're still short 300 on that, Irwin. You need me to help you, let me know. Guys, Facebook collapsing. I think Facebook, awesome trade. Okay, I'm going to cover some Facebook here. FNSR is also a great trade. The ZUMZ is a good trade. I wish I had more. Man, I missed my out on Facebook. I'm so pissed. It bounced like literally 10 cents in 2 seconds. That's the typical curl up on an N pattern. Now, guys, if Facebook is going to break, it will reverse at these moving averages and drop down. This ZUMZ looks like it's going to break down further. If it doesn't, though, I'm getting out. MRVL. Guys, MRVL is now a trigger. I'm still short the Facebook, and I'm still short the ZUMZ, whatever the hell it is. I'm probably going to cover the Facebook. Yeah, I'm just covering it. Covered on that. I think the MRVL is going to go up, so I'm going long that again. Let me take another shot on that one. I think I was just a little bit too aggressive on the entry. Just went long MRVL. I think it could make another big green bar like this. The ZUMZ I'm done with. I got stopped out on the bounce on the ZUMZ. But it was a good trade. And Kenny, all I gotta say is that my signal on the VUSS, good, don't make fun of my signals. Guys, MRVL is working. Woohoo! See, that's what happens when you get a trigger. I was a little over ambitious on my entry on this one. All I wanted to do is get to $9, which I think it will. I'm starting to sell, guys. I'm selling on this MRVL already. Yep, FNSR is near the low. Guys, I just sold some more of the Marvel. Great trade on Marvel, guys. Too bad I got stopped out on the first one. Otherwise, I'd be up nice. FNSR. Guys, FNSR is, yeah, I think it's at a cover spot. Guys, MRO looking like it wants to go down. MRO, if it rejects this move up, MRO could make a nice 1, 2, 3 down. It rallied and failed. Guys, look at Disney, DIS. Watch Disney for the short. Yes, KKD, Donut Boy. Guys, KKD looks like a short. Mike S knows his donuts. Dollars for donuts, Mike S likes KKD short. On Marvel, guys, I'm going to wait for it to pull back, and then I'll reload. I'm going I'm going to take a donut. I'm doing a donut short. KKD. I'm just doing small. Guys, there seems to be an issue with TurboTick. I got to call them. KKD, I was looking for a short on this. Marvel just hit my target at $9. I'm out at Marvel. Out of Marvel at $9. I do think it's going to go higher, but I just rather take the safe money. Marvel, MRVL, just hit $9. Guys, look at Marvel hitting $9. Bang, 905. It's coming right back into that prior high. Personally, I think this is a short here on Marvel now. But let's say I'll short some. I think Kenny works at a diner. Guys, the Marvel short is working. I'm not taking it for very long. Regardless of if MRO stinks, it is working, guys. Somebody wrote me that MRO stinks. MRO is working. It's at the low of the day. It's at a new low. It's definitely working. Erwin, all you got to do is make another $100, and then you can leave. And then you can go to the shore. Facebook, guys. Guys, Facebook made a beautiful drop. Let's see for a secondary drop. I think Facebook's in play to the short side today. Let's just see the Qs first. Guys, the Qs have broken the 5-minute low, so we're going to just take shorts. The VIX is on the uptick. No short today. The season's over, right, Erwin? MRO, guys. I think MRO is going to crack and go down to 25 cents. That's my opinion. When a stock goes up and rejects like that, it usually goes right back down. Guys, I ended the ZUMA. I ended up taking a loss on this, but look at this freaking stock. I actually made money and then took a loss on the second bit. Dummy. Made money, lost money. Look at the stock. These gap and go downs, guys, they are very, very strong. You got to stick with them. ZUMZ. Facebook short working, guys. Facebook short working. The Marvel short's really working. MRVL. I wish I had more. I'm probably going to cover some here. I just don't. I think that if I cover it, I'm going to be covering way too soon. I love the fact that I went long this, made money on the long side, and now making money on the short side. Facebook working. Sort of. Not anymore. Sort of. All right, I just covered some of the Marvel. It's working marvelous. Facebook all over the map. I think Facebook's going to roll over and die, though. I think that it's got tremendous room down. Now that it's rejected, it looks like what's called a bear gap surprise, and it could retrace that whole green bar. If it doesn't, though, I'm just going to get out. What I'm going to try to do today is I'm actually going to try to put stops on my orders and stick to them. The ZUMZ is working. Look at the ZUMZ. New low on ZUMZ. The only one that's not working is my stupid donut company. Krispy Kreme. All right, Facebook bouncing. Marvel still going down. I'm covering some Marvel. ZUMG just dying. I wish I had more. I'm covering the Marvel. I'm done with Marvel. It's no longer marvelous for me. Okay, out of the Marvel, but the ZUMZ is great. Facebook was great about a minute ago. I think Marvel's got more in it. I just didn't have enough shares. I may just cover Facebook. I'm covering the ZUMZ too. All right, covered that. KKD is not going down. And Facebook I'm done with as well. Facebook I should have covered at the lows. I'm going to stick with this for 2 more seconds. If to me, Facebook still looks like a good short on the 5-minute. It looks like a bear flag, and the risk reward is enough for me to stick with it. Yeah, the Qs are bouncing here, so I don't think I like anything short, including possibly Facebook. But I'm going to give Facebook a stop up to 91.60. I still see Facebook as a bear flag, but you know, it's right near my stop. ZUMZ still making lows. Guys, I would be done with ZUMZ. I just don't see it making much further of a low. It's already gone down a ton. Number 9. Is that summer? It's summer. Summer, nice trading. ZUMZ making new lows. Guys, this stock is like dead. Facebook turned down, guys, which is good for me because I'm still short. Hopefully it really drops. If it does, my day is done. Because if it really drops, I have enough shares that it'll be worthwhile to me. MRVL was my best trade, guys. MRVL and ZUMZ were my 2 best trades. I think MRVL is going to roll over and go lower. That looks like a bear flag if you continue. Guys, what do you think of MRVL as a short? I think it should be a good one. I just don't know if it's going to surge and then go down again, make a double top. That's what I'm not aware of. So right now I'm just sitting in Facebook short. 10:30, the 1-hour trader is just about done for the day. I thought we'd get a big sell festa, but it might not happen till the end of the day. Right now, the way I'm looking at this is that we're stuck in all these moving averages. We might just need to chop about. The other time that it happens sometimes, guys, when you start getting a sell-off, is it sometimes happens right smack in the middle of the day when people like me leave. I'm waiting for Facebook to trigger down. It doesn't look like it wants to trigger down. Looks like the markets are ready to do a surge. Could also just be bullshit. Chop. Qs have turned to the upside. I think I got stopped. Yep. No, just not quite. It hit 60, but it didn't stop me out. I'm right at my stop on Facebook. Let's take a look at GILD. GILD. Yeah, that was a nice dip and rip. Kind of a check mark play. The best trade, though, was by far Zuma in terms of the one that had the most potential. All right, that was my stop on Facebook. Guys, the Marvel short MRVL working great if anybody took it. I know Irwin got it. All Marvel has to do is break below that purple moving average, which is the 200, and you're off to the races. You'll go back down to the lows of the day, which is 840 or so. Not the lows of the day, but it'll go down near that 840 low. The high, failure to make a new high. Let's take a look at Soda. Soda, beautiful gap and go. I mean, that's a beautiful check mark play, almost a near perfect check mark. Nice dip, nice rip, blast off. Yeah, I would not be buying it up here though. There goes MRVL, guys. MRVL turning down. If MRVL breaks this low, it'll make another big bar like that one. It's got to go through this 69. 69, somebody just showed huge size on it. Now it's down to 66. This stock just like evaporated. Look at it go, guys. There it goes. Kaboom. There goes Marvel. It's marvelous. I think this one will be my last trade of the day. I covered some. I'm going to run a little bit of this. The trade is riskless, so.
I want to short DWA right now. It's not getting taken over anymore. You don't want to short DMY. It's getting taken over, right?
Marvel breaking, guys. MRVL breaking new lows. Let's see if it breaks through that moving average. If it doesn't, no big deal. Hitting 63, guys. If it breaks through this level, it drops hard. Like ZUMA, guys. Look at ZUMA. ZUMZ. Look at ZUMA, guys. I'd cover, if anybody's still short ZUMA, cover it. Beast of a call, right? I got out of mine right here. That was 50 cents ago, and it's still making new lows. Right, guys? I'm just not seeing enough activity for me to trade. I'm pissed off about Facebook too, guys. Facebook worked, and yet I got stopped out. All right, so on ZUMA, the reason for covering here, let me zoom out, is that when this thing does start to rip, okay, you will end up losing tons of your profit if you don't cover before the rip. So when you do, when it does rip, you don't want to be in the rippage and lose, you know, $500 or $600 of your profit. This will probably shoot straight up to about 1640. Okay, when it does decide to shoot up. It did just put in a 1 minute reversal bar, and the next time when a trend breaks, it breaks the moving averages and surges up, usually to the prior low. Now, when I covered in the first time, there was a pre-market low, which was the reason why I covered initially at 1650. So if you always trail every one of your stops, you will end up losing a lot on your on these kind of like climactic rips, like you could see like happen here. If you wait until the end, squeeze it, climactic rip, give up 30% of your gains. This time obviously wasn't the low, but there's also, if you notice, if you look on the daily chart, we are in the area where we are hitting support. So it's gonna rip at some point. But as of this, in terms of this trend, the only time to cover was right there and potentially right there. That was a trigger on the 1 minute. I'm really annoyed about Facebook though, because it was a good trade. And I just got stopped out. They literally just went up 5 cents to where my stop was and took me out. That always annoys me. Guys, Marvel looks like it's about to roll lower. MARV. Hey, Rick, I did want to talk to you at some point. Maybe today is a good day. Anybody who's got a low balance, okay, meaning that trading small on the training program, you really should, if you're not on TurboTick, really consider it because it is the less expensive platform. Not really worth it to pay $300 a month for sterling. So far, guys, ZUMA has just been getting crushed. I thought at 1561 that it would not break that low on the daily, but so far, I mean, it's there. It's not bouncing. This is, as far as I can tell, this is almost the all-time low on the stock. I would expect this thing to bounce soon. That might be, I don't know if that's the IPO price, but there it goes, guys. Let's see if ZUMA rallies. Watch for this thing to rally. All right, guys. I think this is done. I'm watching ZUMA for a rally climactic buy based off of this level. Anybody who MRVL bounced. So Marvel is no longer in play. Done. I actually like Zuma as a climactic buy. I wouldn't buy it yet, but I'm saying that you should definitely watch this thing. If it starts to go, it's going to spring up. The low on Zuma is at 1573, 1557. Guess it's not ready to go up yet. What do you think about this stock, Marvel, guys? Is it the Zuma? Is it's very spready? I'm looking at it. It's got a 2 cent, 3 cent spread. It's like watching a train wreck. Look at this, guys. This is one of our traders. $3,600 in P&L today. All on Zuma. You know who you are. Not calling anybody out. Here's another one. Guys, you know what stock is a good one? It was a great call yesterday as a long. Today it's a great call as a short. VVUS. Look at VVUS. I mean, how stupid is this chart? That's an N-shaped top. It should make a drop. Anybody who's like this Zuma, it looks like, to me, this thing looks like it's going to rip. At any moment, guys, Zuma could rip. No, the Irwin, it's ZUMZ is the symbol. You just don't know when it's going to do it. It's fun to watch. I don't recommend trading it. I think it's a good thing for us to watch just to see how they go. This is probably going to be a climactic rip here. Because anybody who's heavy and short this, they're going to have to cover. Stock dropped from $22.80 to $15.53. Would not be trading this, guys, for any of you guys out there. Reversals are really, really hard to pick, and they're not really worth it. Usually what happens is there's a low, and then there's a higher low, and then there's a rip. This time, usually it happens fast, but this time it's taking kind of a long time. But I would say that there's probably a lot of people watching this, so when it does happen, it's probably going to be violent. That mattress company may have bounced. It's showing all signs of wanting to bounce at least to $16. But of course, until it actually does, it could also go down again. Right now, the trend is still down. Although, if you look at that 15-minute chart, it is showing some signs of early signs of reversal. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like. 5 minutes triggering right now. There it goes. That was a fast rip, but it didn't last long. Let's see if it follows through and goes higher. It's just a low and then a higher low. The problem with this one, though, is that it's got this moving average right here. Now, if it gets through that moving average, it'll go up to the next one, which is fun to watch. This stock is so thin, though, it makes for these kind of sharp moves. And I don't know, and this is the problem with playing for reversals, right? Was it going to reverse here? No, made a new low. Was it going to reverse here? No, made a new low. Was it going to reverse here? No. Look, it even put in a higher low there. Was it going to reverse here? No, made a new low. Uh-oh. There was the first time that it made a low and then a higher low. And there's what looks like a 1, 2, 3 continuation. The question is, on all these 5-minute bars, it never broke a 5-minute bars high. Now the question is does it reverse? Does the 10-period moving average on the 5-minute chart reverse this? Okay? And if it doesn't, it could very much make a new low again. If it does break that moving average, it could shoot right up to 1650. It'll go to 16 first, and then to 1650. And right now, you can see the moving averages cross over, and the 15-minute chart hasn't triggered yet. This is a very slow-moving stock, which makes it a great educational example. The question is will these moving averages scoop it up and push it up? Or will it cut through those moving averages like a hot knife through butter, being forced down from the 10 period moving average on this other time frame. I think it goes back down personally, but maybe not now. Who knows? You know what? I think it'll cut up and go back up to 1650. It's so depressed. I'm going to say up. If it breaks that prior high, it goes up to at least that blue line, which is now come down. So when we started talking about this, it was at $16 even. Now it's at like $15.90. All right, go to work, Emery. Great lesson, though. Quite a good one. This was a really good, I mean, this was a great short and now could potentially be a great long. It's so funny, though, because you could see these moving averages depressing the stock. I think, though, if it does blast through that level, it'll go straight up to 1651. There it goes. Hit 92 cents, guys. I think this could go all the way up to 1650 now, which was the area that it should have stopped. It's now triggered on the 15-minute basis. Guys, did you all enjoy this? It's a great lesson, right? I mean, great example of short-term change in direction. I mean, a great 5-minute low short, and then a great example of a climactic buy. I mean, potentially 1650, and this thing could shoot up to 1650. Wish I had the balls to take 1,000 shares of this. I mean, it was a fairly low-risk trade. It's breaking $16 right now. I think it's going to stop at 16, but if it doesn't stop at 16, it goes right up to 1640. And this is definitely a stock that you need to buy on the bid, sell on the ask, because it's got a 5-cent spread. Guys, that little red bar just refreshed it for another move up, most likely. A lot of times on a climactic buy setup, this is not one of my plays, by the way, John. This is just the anatomy of a reversal. I don't like playing climactic buys. I like shorting the 5-minute low break for sure. I wish I had stayed with this one better. I do think that this is usually when it pulls back right to the top of that green bar, that's usually where it bounces and rips. It's good to see you green, John, and not being greedy. Guys, if Zuma hooks up, this is actually a good long because it has a low, a higher high, and then a higher high again. There's really not much. Like on the 1 minute, there's nothing to stop it from going higher. On the 5 minute, there's nothing to stop it. It's not going to go to 1650 now. It'll probably only go to 1640. This looks like a 1, 2, 3 continuation long. If it breaks that high right there at $16, then forget about it. Off to the races. Let's see what happens here. Does it make a red bar, or does it make on the next bar rip up? I would say that my feeling would be that if it doesn't rip up within the next 2 minutes, it goes down lower. The good thing about the trade, though, is if you bought it here, your stop is literally only 7, 8, 9, 10 cents away. You had a good talk with yourself last night. Happy to hear that. Here she goes, guys. All right, guys, I don't think this is going anywhere. I'm done with it. I call it a day. Okay, guys, I stayed around longer than I usually do. I do think Zuma will bounce higher, but I don't know if it's going to do so right now. Let's see what the market's doing. I'm just going to do a quick recap. Wow, market's at the lows. Really pissed off. My Facebook would have been a great short. I think Facebook's a good short right now. Let's see. Hal, John Lancey, I saw you do a trade today. I almost fell out of my chair. Hal looks like a good short, John. I just think it's down a lot, you know. You know, when you see, I mean, it's definitely, like, I think Hal would have been a better short breaking right there or breaking right there. It definitely doesn't look bad. You absolutely, yep. Facebook. You got to start somewhere, John, but I'm glad to see that you traded. I mean, Apple's going down. We've had some really good trades today. I'm going to go through the whiteboard real quick. We had the GILD, which was a bear gap surprise. That worked very, very well. The bear gap surprise on GILD, you know, I mean, didn't go down to target, but it's definitely looks like it's working. The FNSR, guys, FNSR, beast of a trade. If you stayed with this one, I mean, look at how good FSNR worked. The ZUMZ, beast of a trade. Actually, it looks like it's going to go up right now. This one looks like it's about to trigger right now. Looks like it's about to trigger. It just triggered down. All right, guys. I am taking off for the day. We had very good trades today. We had, let's see, Zuma green. Very, very green. FSNR, gap and go down. The MFRM, I think that one worked too. MFRM. I didn't take it, but it worked. Guys, look at MFRM. Beast of a call. 5-minute low break. If you guys took these today, any one of these, all three of them worked. Okay, the MRO. MRO, I think, worked too, although it did not. Yeah, MRO is going right now. Guys, MRO just broke down. Okay, EFOI. EFOI. Okay, that one worked too. But it didn't do a climactic buy setup, so I'm not going to give myself credit for that. The GILD did make the moves. It just didn't hit target. So guys, we had a great trading morning, and I'll see you guys all next week because I'm done for the week. Had a great week. Bye everybody.